Few cooling showers, couple of thunderstorms, not a lot of wind outside, so what rain does form, it doesn't really move. Not that these are very efficient rainmakers, but the fact that whatever storms do form don't really go anywhere. There has been a minor street flood advisory concern, and that has been the issue around the Slidell, Diamond Head to Bay St. Louis area earlier, though most of that rainfall has ended. Right along I-12, a little shower that's just to the north of Lacombe. Elsewhere in the North Shore, kind of spotty showers, rather dry over the city at the moment. Had some heavier thunderstorms still due to the east of Galliano, but it looks like most of that activity winding down, and that will be the trend through the rest of this evening. Right now outside, kind of a mix of sun and clouds, 89 degrees, dew point 76. Humidity is a little bit higher than it was yesterday. High temperatures though, 93 degrees. We had no measurable rainfall at Kenner, so we're not yet talking about extreme temperatures. It usually does come back at some point in August, but at least not to start the month. And heat indices still are able to get into the triple digits, just not into that 108 to 115 where it does become more dangerous. This is something that we're a little bit more acclimated to in southeast Louisiana in August. Temperatures 80s, low 90s, dew points kind of that mid 70 range is pretty typical for this time of year. So nothing extraordinary coming up weather-wise, with some more spotty cooling showers, especially through Friday. We will start to see a bit of a drying trend heading into the weekend and early next week. As I mentioned, there has been an increase in the humidity. We knew that slightly drier air wasn't going to last for very long, and there is more activity in the tropics that we've been talking about since yesterday, but no threats to the Gulf Coast. This is the upper trough that is really keeping this drier pattern in place. Now, we still are able to get a few showers, thunderstorms to kind of bubble up, especially areas to our east on the eastern side of that upper trough. More scattered thunderstorms are likely during the day tomorrow. Any rainfall through the evening and night will be coming to an end. So plans this evening, I think, will stay mostly dry. And our mornings are rather dry, with showers not really getting fired up until we get a little bit more daytime heating. And that really doesn't happen until kind of the noon hour beyond through the afternoon and into the evening. Few isolated downpours are certainly possible, though it doesn't look like it's a widespread issue. And then going into our Thursday, again, a rather dry start with more of those scattered showers and thunderstorms bubbling up. Kind of a change in the upper pattern may start drying us out a little bit more heading toward next week. Dexter is our only named storm, and it is struggling. Still have thunderstorms firing up around that center, but in terms of any real organization where the storms are trying to wrap around, not happening. And as it moves deeper into the North Atlantic, it will start to transition from a tropical to post-tropical or even subtropical system, meaning it doesn't have all the pure characteristics of a mainly tropical system. We're also watching an area that is kind of within a long region of thunderstorm activity in the main development region of the tropical Atlantic. Little area that is being highlighted with a 50% chance of developing in the coming days. This, though, most long-range models keep out over the open waters. The one that we're watching a little bit closer is this, and doesn't really look like much of anything right now. This is kind of a little area of thunderstorms that will likely start to get a bit of organization in the coming days. Now, I say the one to watch only because it's close to the southeastern coast. The Euro, though, keeps this out actually farther away from the coastline and remains out over open waters. That would be the best case scenario. And then here on its heels is that little system that we're watching coming off of Africa. Both, as of right now, looks like they will stay out over the open water. So no threats to land, no threats to the Gulf at this time. 40 to then 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms. That does start to taper off by Friday, and then drier, maybe turning a little bit hotter as we head into early next week.